So I've timed this out, coming right into Columbia right about 5:22, Sumter, South Carolina about 6:04, Florence about 6:58, and then it will continue across the border then once we get to 7:30 or so into parts of North Carolina. So that could give a tornado even at that point. Here it is in some high detail. You can see that this big line of thunderstorms has some little mini bows in it. This one really was wrapped around and had the tornado warning with it previously, but some of these little embedded mini bow echoes inside this big swirling area are the places that get the strong winds, and this is the winds that are coming toward the radar here. So there's some spots here, bright greens, some spots in there that have the bright green velocity. So not every place are going to get trees and power lines down. Some places are. We'll take a look now at additional storms with Mike Bettis.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Forbes. Obviously, some concerns even farther south of there. You head down toward Hilton Head, Savannah, back down through Jacksonville, and even Orlando. We could be looking for some issues. Storm Prediction Center saying there's a possibility it could issue a watch there in central Florida. So following that line south now, you can see we've got some issues around Hilton Head with strong storms overhead right now. Beaufort and Jasper counties, severe thunderstorm warnings. Wind, the primary threat. Our warning goes for another 45 minutes or so. Jacksonville, the threat's past us, but it's around Fernandina Beach where we've got a strong storm with a squall line that'll produce some high winds. Camden, Charlton, and Nassau counties, severe thunderstorm warning for you. Anticipate winds that could be gusting more than 60 miles an hour. Again, the greatest threat for Jacksonville. That initial storm is now past, but the squall line now is lining up to your west, so you're going to get 2 rounds here before all is said and done. There's a storm south of there near Pearson. That'll squall out and come through, so Marion, Flagler, and Putnam counties all under severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, there likely going to see maybe some smaller hail and an opportunity for some high winds. There's our storm that's popped up near Orlando, by the way. No severe thunderstorm warning on that, but anticipate some heavy downpours. And then the big squall line coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. So just watching Florida very closely tonight for what could be a very volatile situation. Storms overhead in Birmingham as we speak. Northbound on I-65 will have some issues, and we've had some problems in the mid-state of Tennessee. Sumner and Wilson counties, by the way, just outside of Nashville, still under a severe thunderstorm warnings. Those storms will be gusting out with a bow echo that now races off to the north and east. Large area here across the Central Plains, also worried about strong storms. They've erupted across Kansas, Oklahoma, back across Arkansas. Missouri will get in on this action as well. Strong storms here, including, I'm going to get ran into a brand new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, just outside of Wichita. So let's zoom into that. That's Cowley County right now. Dexter and Tisdale, you'll be under that severe thunderstorm warning. Storms now producing potential hail and moving off to the southeast. Storms in Arkansas, Logan and Scott counties under severe thunderstorm warnings. And there is some hail with these storms. 3-dimensionally, look how tall these storms have gotten. They're producing some large hail with very strong updrafts. So we've got tall storms here, very cold at the top, supporting hail and frozen precip up at the top of those storms. And radar estimating hail size of about 2 inches in diameter here. That'll definitely do some damage to your roof, do some damage to your car as well, maybe spider your windshield. So let's get you back here into the plains with our Mike Seidel. He's reporting this evening from Ruston, Louisiana. Mike, what are you anticipating this evening? Sorry, let's get over to Dr. Forbes and get some more updates on Dr. Forbes, what you're anticipating for the rest of the South as we go through the evening.
Yeah, indeed, Mike. We do have these 2 rounds of severe storms, one that's from South Carolina down into Florida. Then the next round you've just been describing, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas. And that's because we have really 2 upper air systems. That big upper low that we've been tracking all week really has broken down into 2 pieces. One piece has gone north into the Tennessee, Ohio Valley. The other still coming eastbound across Oklahoma. Behind the first one, a lot of dry air has come into parts of Louisiana. That's this orange stuff, and into Mississippi. But out ahead of that, that big squall line that we're following off toward the east coast, that's where the fastest winds at low levels are located. But with that next upper air system bringing in some cold air, we will have additional severe thunderstorms firing up in the western half of this red shaded area. It's ongoing in the eastern half, and maybe some spotty severe in between, with still this Georgia, South Carolina, Florida area having the tornado condition index of 4. I'm thinking 3 for the next round that are developing now, and we'll fill in some as we get beyond this evening. As we head into tomorrow, this whole weather system will be pushing its way toward the mid-Atlantic and the southeast coast once again, with anywhere maybe including Philadelphia, maybe in the morning hours Pittsburgh, and then coming down across Baltimore and D.C. area. Tornado condition index I've given is a 4, in fact, for southeast Pennsylvania, southern New Jersey, Maryland, and 3s for parts of Virginia. Stay safe. We'll be back after these messages.
I'm here to test myself This is really pushing my limits.
I'll see you on the other side.
It's the moment of truth right here.
Naked and Afraid, Discovery's groundbreaking hit, returns tonight at 10.
Quiet! Mom has a headache!
Had a headache, but now I don't. Excedrin is fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
Morning's got you a little... Grab the good energy of Quaker Oats, one of nature's most perfect energy sources. It's how we help keep go-getters like you going and getting, one bite at a time. Quaker Up.
Got some work to do. If you need me, I'll be cleaning the gutters.
Today, the house won't know what hit it. Show the garage who's boss. Check.
Oh.
Put a new shine on the family wheels. Check. Tame the jungle you call a yard. Check.
Nice work, guys. You earned this back. Oh, who's Jeremy? And he texts a lot.
New mobile plan?
Thank you.
Done. With everything you need for spring at Walmart's low prices you can trust every day. What project will you take on?
In a work world, take time for Sunday. Just know that your truck has a little thing for Monday.
I recommend Nature Made vitamins because I trust their quality. They were the first to have a vitamin verified by USP, an independent organization that sets strict quality and purity standards.
Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended letter vitamin brand.
True Green presents the Yardleys. This is more than a lawn. This is a True Green lawn. Live life outside with True Green, America's #1 lawn care company. Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green, live life outside.
Your kids get used to sweaty odors in their room. They think it smells fine, but you smell this. Eliminate all the odors you've gone nose blind to with Febreze Fabric Refresher. So you and your guests can breathe happy.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
And it just hit us.
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Currently in our area, 89 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low, 75. Monday, heavy thunderstorms. High, 87. 1 to 2 inches of rain expected. Monday night, thunderstorms early. Low, 73. Chance of rain, 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
She's in labor right now.
We know more about this system hour by hour.
This is our Pineapple Express pumping in that rainfall.
We are talking about a doozy of a storm.
And continuing coverage on severe weather across the South. We are going to now go to Ruston, Louisiana. That's where we find our meteorologist, Mike Seidel, who is tracking storms that will pop later this afternoon and evening. Now, Mike, the last time we talked to you, we were watching the clouds behind you to see how they were growing. Has anything changed?
Nothing has changed here in Ruston. We're in north central Louisiana. This is I-20 behind me, and we're looking towards the west and south because that's the direction the storms will come from. And again, a lot of sunshine this afternoon, what we would term fair weather cue, because there's no vertical growth on these clouds at all as we look down I-20. Plenty of sunshine. Temperature now about 80 degrees, or dew points in the low 60s. So it's not incredibly hot and steamy, but certainly it's a nice day. And we've got a nice breeze going from the southwest and south at about 15 to 20 miles an hour. We've got 2 severe thunderstorm watches out, one north of here, along I-40 from Oklahoma City, Fort Smith, as we've shown you, is getting hammered the past hour or so, to Little Rock, Arkansas. Look out there in the next couple of hours. And then the other watch, also until 8 o'clock Central, Texas, all the way up here into north central Louisiana. That one also till 8 includes here in Ruston, back to Shreveport, and back towards the Houston northern suburbs. Now we've seen some action now in the radar in this area that's been capped, the warm layer aloft prohibiting anything from developing. Let's take you now west of Shreveport on the radar. Johnny D at the controls back in Atlanta, and west of Shreveport, just south of I-20, Tyler, Texas. A couple little cells now developing, showing you that the cap is beginning to break. So these are going to continue to fire up and head east and northeast over the next 3 to 4 hours, Jen. And it seems likely we'll have some storms in the area. Whether we get a storm here remains to be seen. The Torcon is 3. And as we always like to remind you, just because we're in Ruston doesn't necessarily mean this area will be hit by a storm, a severe storm, or a tornado. We just picked a spot here in north central Louisiana. Jen, back to you.
You know, Mike, it's always real important to know what's happening above you in the atmosphere. And that's why weather balloons go up twice a day, normally in the morning once, and then once in the evening, for the National Weather Service to get some information about what's happening up there. The National Weather Service in Shreveport, not too far from you, actually put up a weather balloon this afternoon because they wanted to see how things had changed. And they do this when they're expecting possible severe weather, so they can sample the atmosphere.
Are we clear?
But for you, how have things changed since the morning compared to the afternoon? So what would the Weather Service have seen differently, from morning till now?
Out here, well, the temperature certainly has warmed up. When I got in here late this morning, we had a lot of clouds. Temperatures were in the low to the mid 60s. So what has happened is the clouds broke. We've warmed up nicely up to around 80. Dew points have come up a little bit into the low 60s. So we certainly have, as Dr. Forbes used to tell us back in Penn State years ago, typically you need a dew point above about 50 or 52 to consider severe weather, at least down to the surface, not elevated storms. So our dew points are plenty warm. Our surface temperatures are up around 80, but again, as those bubbles of warm air are rising, they're getting cut off because the air above them is warmer. It's the old hot air balloon principle. If the air surrounding your balloon is cooler, it's going to rise, but if it's warmer, it's not going anywhere. So that's what's happening right now here in Louisiana. But again, we've got a couple cells popping west of Shreveport. We'll keep an eye on those. We'll be here for a while this evening, and again, we're live on the Weather Channel. We're breaking into regular programming till midnight Eastern to keep everybody safe from here all the way to the East Coast.
All right, Mike, thank you for that. Now, we are watching storms elsewhere, though, as well. Some in South Carolina and Georgia and Florida, but also some across the plains in Oklahoma. Let's go over to Mike Bettis for more on the active weather right now.
All right, thank you very much, Jen. 2 tornado watches across the southeast. One goes until 8 o'clock, one goes until 11 o'clock. So Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, all under the gun. So from Jacksonville up toward, Charlotte, we got a tornado watch until 8 o'clock. And then we've got a new one here that will include basically the Piedmont over toward Raleigh and then low country here of South Carolina. That goes, by the way, until 11 o'clock tonight. Strong storms erupting here. Columbia, we've been on the receiving end of that. Charleston, Savannah, Jacksonville as well. Strong squall line coming through Columbia right now. So Lexington County under a severe thunderstorm warning. Newberry and Richland counties as well. Headed back down towards, Beaufort, South Carolina, Beaufort and Jasper counties. Hilton Head, the storms have passed us, but strong winds with that in excess of 60 miles an hour. And then back down through Florida as well. Camden, Charlton, and Nassau counties under severe thunderstorm warnings between Brunswick and Jacksonville. Storms now around Pearson, so Marion, Putnam, and Flagler counties under severe thunderstorm warnings. And a brand new, by the way, severe thunderstorm warning just outside of Orlando, just to the east of Kissimmee. Orange County, severe thunderstorm warning. Look at that blow-up of storms around Orlando. Be careful this evening at the theme parks. You've got to get to shelter as quickly as possible. More storms, by the way, through Tennessee and the plains. Next.
You totaled your brand new car. Nobody's hurt, but there will still be pain. It comes when your insurance company says they'll only pay 3/4 of what it takes to replace it. What are you supposed to do? Drive 3/4 of a car? Now, if you had Liberty Mutual new car replacement, you'd get your whole car back. I guess they don't want you driving around on 3 wheels. Smart.
With Liberty Mutual new car replacement, we'll replace the full value of your car. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Where do you get this kind of confidence? At your Ford dealer, that's where. Our expert trained technicians, state-of-the-art technology, and warranted parts keep your vehicle running right. It's no wonder we sold more than 3.5 million tires last year. And during the big tire event, get a $120 mail-in rebate on 4 select tires.
Hey Mike, it's Lucy from LifeLock. Good news. We just learned your case is closed and your stolen retirement funds are finally being restored.
Lucy, wow. That 401k is 2 years in the mailroom, 10 in customer service, and the last 5 as sales director.
That's some resume.
Try raising teenagers.
You only have one identity. Protect it with the best. LifeLock.
How average shirts handle the heat. How Duluth Trading Armachillo shirts handle the heat. Duluth Armachillo shirts with torso cooling technology. Crank the cold. Get one. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
We are still in the eye, and we're still trying to get in a safe place.
She's in labor right now.
We know more about this system hour by hour.
This is our Pineapple Express pumping in that rainfall.
We are talking about a doozy of a storm.
On a 2-night Bahamas Paradise cruise from just $149. Cruise and Bahamas resort stay options also available at amazing prices. Ask about concert cruises on May 16th with KT Tunstall. You're not the one for me. And May 30th with the Marshall Tucker Band. Call 800-814-7100. That's 800-814-7100.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
And it just hit us.
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 74. Monday, heavy thunderstorms. High 87. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Monday night, thunderstorms early. Low 73. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
New tornado warning. Another circulation within this line that's around the Columbia, South Carolina area could be producing a tornado. Let's take a look. Here we're just to the northwest of Columbia. We're talking about tornado warning there for Fairfield, Lexington, and Richland counties. And then severe thunderstorm warnings all the way down really to Hilton Head Island area across South Carolina with the threat for here and there some damaging winds. Here is that big circulation. The rotating head of this comma cloud circulation within the line has really gotten pretty well organized. And on the leading edge of that, there's some pretty strong rotation for those areas north and west of Columbia. So tracking this out, it will be coming toward the Ballantyne area, the Littleton, the Jennings area off the far northwest suburbs of Columbia as it heads north and east at about 25 to perhaps 30 miles per hour. Taking a look here, you can see where that rotation is. There's very strong greens and reds. That's the rotation couplet within that rotating comma head circulation heading up toward that Ballantyne, Littleton, and the Jennings area. So it is a situation where you could get a tornado. You're also likely to get some damaging winds, and it's a situation where you're probably not going to be able to see the tornado coming. It could be wrapped in rain. So take action, take shelter based upon these warnings. For more, here's Mike Bettis.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Forbes. We've got that strong line that now goes back down through the islands here in South Carolina. So a place like Hilton Head Island and Beaufort, we've had some very strong winds here. Beaufort and Jasper counties, we're extending our severe thunderstorm warning here. That is until 5:45 this evening. Hilton Head, I think you're probably in the clear now. Beaufort, you are not. And then these storms are going to roll their way up through North Carolina here. So again, I think the wind, the primary threat, gusting maybe more than 60 miles an hour. Between Brunswick and Fernandina Beach, we've got a strong thunderstorm here that could be producing some hail and some very gusty winds. Camden, Charlton, and Nassau counties, severe thunderstorm warning until half past the hour. And then down toward Orlando is just a blow-up of storms here. Numerous storms that surround the Orlando metro area. And then east of Kissimmee, this storm may be producing some larger hail and some gusty winds. It's that one right in there. Orange County, severe thunderstorm warning. So Christmas and Wedgefield were next to be hit. Our severe thunderstorm warning until the top of the hour. I want to take you back through Tennessee and let you know that things have improved for us quite dramatically here in Nashville. We did have that one severe thunderstorm warning, but everything is cleared out for us now. The strongest storms have now rolled up into Kentucky and have cleared us here in Bowling Green. But be a heads up here, we could have some more strong winds with those storms. Not so much a hail threat, but more or less wind. And then storms erupting back across the plains as well. Kansas and Oklahoma over into Arkansas. We have numerous severe thunderstorm warnings right now. But just outside of Wichita, by the way, we have this severe thunderstorm warning. Cowley County. And so Dexter and Tisdale, this will race south and east toward, say, Grenola and Cedarvale, maybe right over Cedarvale or just south of Cedarvale. Some large hail with this and a severe thunderstorm warning until 4:45 local time. Back into Arkansas, some huge hailers here. We've had echo tops on our thunderstorms here. The tops of clouds around 40,000 feet. So strong updrafts in these storms. Very cold cloud tops here. And so we're getting some hail that forms at the top of these storms. And then the storm ejecting that hail out. So Franklin and Sebastian counties under severe thunderstorm warnings. Branch, Charleston, as well as Washburn. Heads up, and especially anywhere between, say, Ozark and Russellville. These storms are really packing a punch. Also, Johnson, Logan, Yell counties also under severe thunderstorm warnings. That's until 5:15. I think those will come very close to Russellville, if not right over Russellville. And here's our hail tracker, by the way. Anytime we see yellow or orange on the hail tracker, that's a sign we've got a serious storm. And this is amazing. Hail size now being estimated about 3.5 inches. So we could be talking baseball-size hail with some of these storms. You've got to be inside if you want to be safe from these storms. Then south of there toward Glenwood, Montgomery, and Pike counties here in Arkansas under severe thunderstorm warning. So the threat is ongoing for the remainder of the evening. Severe thunderstorm watches in these areas through the evening. More coverage when we come back right here on the Weather Channel.
Lennox makes the most energy-efficient system you can find, which means the appliance you use the most will also save you the most.
For more information, contact your local Lennox dealer.
Now everyone who uses catheters can get a better catheter with Liberator Medical's free catheter sample pack. These new catheters are better than ever, easier to use, more convenient, comfortable, virtually pain-free. Don't wait. Call now and get your free catheter sample pack. There's the all-new compact catheter for women, pre-lubricated, no drips, no mess, fits in your purse. The self-lubricated catheter, it lubricates itself in the package, comfortable, no mess. The closed system catheter, pre-lubricated with its own collection bag, proven to reduce UTIs. The discreet pocket catheter, curved to fit in your pocket to go anywhere. The polished eyelet catheter for micro-smooth comfort, reduces friction and pain. Call now. We'll also bill Medicare and your insurance for you. Call for your free catheter sample pack with free shipping. Call Liberator Medical.
Call 1-800-601-3450. That's 1-800-601-3450.
And we took the kids to have our family picture taken. Bigger than Santa.
There are very few pictures because I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to face it.
That was then. This is now.
I've lost 40.5 pounds on Nutrisystem. I'm Michelle, and I lost 41 pounds.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus kit.
I looked and thought, I can do this. It's working.
Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist, or your money back, guaranteed.
And when I looked down at that scale and I realized how much I had lost, I was through the roof.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan and get 28 days of great tasting meals. That's 4 weeks of delicious food, perfectly portioned, ready in minutes, and delivered right to your door.
They cook better than I do, so it's a win-win for me.
I can get dessert, I get cookies and cake, and I lost weight.
That's why it's America's #1 home delivery diet. Nutrisystem. Millions of people have lost weight with it. You can too.
Well, I wear jeans that I probably couldn't have even fit in high school.
I've lost 41 pounds. He's lost 32 pounds. So together, what is it? 73, right?
Call or click right now and order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of specially selected meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes to rev your metabolism free, and 1 week of Craving Crusher shakes to crush those cravings free. Plus, call now and your shipping is free. Act fast and get the all-new NutriCurb free. Introducing NutriCurb, a great way to control your appetite while you lose weight. NutriCurb works with your body's own appetite control mechanism to delay hunger signals to your brain. So, instead of just feeling full, with NutriCurb, you feel less hungry in the first place.
I tell everybody it's Nutrisystem and it's easy and you can do it.
That's right. Call within the next 5 minutes and get free energizing shakes, free Craving Crusher shakes, free shipping, and a free supply of NutriCurb to control your hunger.
Call now, 877-939-THIN, and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
Everything has been building towards this moment. Who will melt under the pressure? 16 teams, 1 champion. The Stanley Cup Playoffs on the networks of NBC Universal.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 74. Monday, heavy thunderstorms. High 87. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Monday night, thunderstorms early. Low 73. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And then it hit. And you took it to the edge. Didn't give up.
You're watching special severe storm coverage on Weather Center Live. I'm Jen Carfagno, and it has and continues to be an active weekend, to say the least. We're here to make sure you and your family stay safe and know exactly what's going on as you go through the evening. So let's start with the outlook. The whole area in the red zone goes from Texas to the Carolinas, all the way down into Florida, north into Missouri and Illinois. We've been tracking some clusters of storms in different areas, watching for storms this afternoon through eastern Georgia into South Carolina that have been producing some damaging winds, also the tornado potential here as well. This area under a 4 on the Torcon, 40% risk of tornadoes popping there. Also, we're watching storms now starting to go in Arkansas and in Texas, and then moving to Louisiana. We've got a 3 on the Torcon here as well, and new tornado warning just issued in this area, Mike Bettis.
Yeah, it's not going to be a fun evening for us, I don't think, across the plains today. We've got a chance for tornadoes. No tornado watches, but we do have warnings that have actually just been issued. So Oklahoma over into Arkansas, I think the biggest threat for us right now. If you take a look, it's central Arkansas right now we're most concerned about. There is 1 tornado warning there, and it's going to be right along I-40 coming toward Russellville, Logan, Pope, and Yell counties under tornado warnings. Let's turn it over to our tornado expert, Dr. Greg Forbes. Dr. Forbes, you're watching this one very closely. What do you see?
Yeah, well, this one is a much different one from the one that's in South Carolina. In South Carolina, it's a rotating comma head. The one in Arkansas there, it's a classic hook echo, a supercell type thunderstorm. Let's go back and we'll take a contrast here. The storms, the line of thunderstorms coming across South Carolina, you've heard me talking about these rotating comma heads, and there's still one of those in Fairfield, Lexington, and Richland counties that has a possible tornado with that, and that's spinning its way right there, coming up toward the north and east at about 30 miles per hour. Ballantyne, Cedar Creek areas, the Bookman and Jennings area included in some of that. Now, I'm talking about a rotating comma head. There's pretty strong rotation showing up there, the greens and reds indicating that counterclockwise rotation. And here in the high definition radar, there is what I'm talking about, the comma head. But if I go back in time, I'll show you that at one point, this has become all left behind from what at one point there was a well-defined comma shape to it. But now the comma head has become detached, so it's an interesting feature there, not showing any debris signature with it at this time. Much different situation as we get into Arkansas here, western Arkansas, east of Fort Smith, Logan, Pope, and Yell counties with a tornado warning there. And this storm, you can see that it's a classic type supercell thunderstorm. Individual thunderstorm, big hail core in that, wraps around with a hook echo. The inflow comes here, tornado situated right in about there. So we're talking about a possible tornado here near the Gumtree area, then off toward the Mosley area, the Russellville area of Arkansas. And this one has some pretty strong rotation as well. The red's going northbound, the green southbound. So we'll continue to monitor this one as it heads generally toward the Russellville area of Arkansas. Mike?
All right, Dr. Forbes, thank you for that very much. We do have a tornado watches in effect across this area. One until 8 o'clock that extends from Charlotte, North Carolina back down through Jacksonville. And we have another one that goes until 11 o'clock that generally now encompasses the areas Dr. Forbes was talking about, Columbia over toward the Raleigh area. Meaning conditions favorable now for tornadoes to form. And indeed, we have seen a couple of embedded tornado warnings within this area. Big thunderstorms here producing a lot of lightning, by the way, the other danger with these storms. I'm going to focus on some of these storms from Columbia down through, say, Hilton Head and down through Charleston. So there, look at that very strong line of storms. We're going to get some very gusty winds with these storms as they're now going to bow out some. So Beaufort, Collette, as well as Dorchester counties under severe thunderstorm warnings right now. Primarily a wind threat here, extending down along I-95 down toward Jacksonville. And then storms that have blown up near Kissimmee and Orlando. Orange County under severe thunderstorm warning right now. That one eventually could get toward Titusville and maybe headed out there toward NASA. So we'll watch that out there at Cape Kennedy. All right, here's what's going on. Around Huntsville, by the way, brand new severe thunderstorm warning just has been issued. This one goes until 4:45 local time, Madison County. We're under this warning. Look at those storms racing off to the east here at about 45, 50 miles an hour. Wind, the big threat with these, could gust to 60 miles an hour through the mid-state of Tennessee. Here are our severe thunderstorm warnings. Nashville, for now, we're good. The biggest threat is east of you, but Rutherford, Smith, and Wilson counties under severe thunderstorm warnings. Then east of that, we've got Jackson, Macon, and Clay counties under severe thunderstorm warnings, and that warning goes until 5:15. A place like Salina, Hermitage Springs, Red Boiling Springs, you're next to get hit by that. Anticipate the possibility of some power outages. Here's a look at those storms back across the plains again. It's Oklahoma, it's Kansas, it's back through Arkansas. We've got a lot of action here. There's a close-up look at that storm around Russellville again, I-40. I think you're going to have multiple issues here. And in addition to tornado warning that we have for Logan, Pope, and Yell counties, I think very large hail. Our radar was estimating the hail could be as large as baseball-sized hail here. So big-time issues here between Boonville, Russellville, Plainview, and then Waldron as well. Those are all the areas that we have either severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning. Then south of there, by the way, around Glenwood, in the towns, say, of Mazrin and Glenwood, we've got issues with hail on this storm as well. Montgomery and Pike counties, those are the counties that have the warnings. That goes until 4:45 this evening. So a lot of issues for us here all across the south. If you're not seeing wind, you're seeing hail. If you're not seeing hail, you're seeing lightning. If you're not seeing that, you're seeing very heavy rain, Jan, across the south, which is what we've been dealing with for a week. So flooding then becomes an issue as well.
And Mike, we're going to track this whole system into the northeast tomorrow. So let's show you what's going on. The big dip in the jet stream we've been tracking is on the move. We're going to see the energy from that move into the east by the time we get to tomorrow. Now, the way things start for the day is that we're going to have a lot of moisture coming up. That low-level jet very active here. And we are going to be watching for showers and thunderstorms to start your day across the middle. mid-Atlantic. Could be some very heavy rain. Going to be a tough rush hour for sure. Could be some severe weather at the start of the day, but there also could be additional severe weather as we get into the afternoon as well. So this is the red zone tomorrow. Watching all the way from the south up here into the mid-Atlantic. Philly, you're in it. Pittsburgh, you're in it. D.C., you are in it as well. Again, D.C., Philadelphia could be a rainy, thunderstormy kind of morning with possible severe weather, maybe around D.C. early on, but later in the day, storms that develop, those are going to be the ones where we're concerned about. Possible storms with 4 on the Torcon in southeastern Pennsylvania, southern Jersey, also the Delaware area. Eastern West Virginia, Maryland, you also have a Torcon of 3. So we are looking at that risk for damaging winds, hail, as you can see, an isolated tornado risk as well. Our coverage on the storms happening right now continues after this.
Introducing the new Can-Am Spyder F3. With a cruising riding position and the most advanced vehicle stability system in the industry, you'll ride with a feeling of complete freedom and confidence. Visit your Can-Am Spyder dealer and test drive one today. The new Spyder F3. Riding has evolved. The Ready to Ride sales event is on now. Get a 3-year extended warranty and save up to $2,000.
Today, you brighten the room. A gallon of paint? Check. Drop cloths? Check. Painter's tape? Check. Rollers and trays? Check. And check.
Wow, looks nice.
Caribbean blue.
You mean Caribbean? Caribbean.
Agreeing on a color? Done. With everything you need for a makeover at Walmart's low prices you can trust every day, what project will you take on?
I recommend Nature Made fish oil because I trust their quality. They were the first to have a product verified by USP, an independent organization that sets strict quality and purity standards.
Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended fish oil brand.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I am one of the ones who discovered Always Discreet underwear for sensitive bladders.
It makes me feel secure, confident, and I feel protected.
I mean, I feel comfortable to move in them. They move with me.
I love Always Discreet underwear because of the fit. The fabric is very soft. I can wear whatever I want to wear.
Always Discreet's made me a very happy woman.
Join over 500,000 women who've discovered Always Discreet underwear. For more stories and your free sample, go to alwaysdiscreet.com so bladder leaks can feel like no big deal.
I'm here to test myself.
This is really pushing my limits.
I'll see you on the other side.
It's the moment of truth right here.
Naked and Afraid, Discovery's groundbreaking hit, returns tonight at 10.
True Green presents The Yardleys.
Is that a chandelier?
Where's the dining room table?
Oh, hi, neighbor.
Hi.
Taking Bruno for a walk?
Yeah, see you. But they do have a beautiful lawn.
This is more than a lawn. This is a True Green lawn. Live life outside with True Green, America's #1 lawn care company. Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green, live life outside.
My Tempur-Pedic made me fall in love with mornings again.
And I love how it conforms to my body. With Tempur-Pedic, the whole bed is comfortable.
The best thing we ever did for ourselves is helping to keep us young.
Visit your local retailer and feel the Tempur-Pedic difference for yourself.
When it comes to food, pets know what they want, and so do we. That's why you'll find simple, natural ingredients like real meat and wholesome veggies in delicious Rachael Ray Nutrish recipes with no fillers or byproducts. And Rachel's personal proceeds from Nutrish help shelter pets everywhere.
Guys, I said I'd be back.
Give your pets the food they would make for themselves, if they could. Rachael Ray Nutrish. Real recipes, real ingredients, real good.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees, under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 74. Monday, heavy thunderstorms. High 87. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Monday night, thunderstorms early. Low 73. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We have tornado warnings in 2 states, one in South Carolina from a rotating comma head within a line of storms, and then a supercell thunderstorm, an individualized thunderstorm there in Arkansas. Let's take a look. Here's the line that I was talking about coming across South Carolina. We've been seeing all afternoon, really, these little circulations embedded within that. This one is a well-defined comma head that has actually gotten a little bit detached from the rest of the line. Tornado warning there for Fairfield and Richland counties, just to the north of Columbia, South Carolina. Here was part of the line, and now it's left behind this little rotating head there that is heading off to the northeast at about 30 miles per hour, right near the Jennings area, heading up toward Winnsboro, the Ridgeway area. Ridgeway there, you see in the white box, about 607. So possibility of a tornado there, possibility of damaging winds across much of this area. It's getting a little less organized at this point. You're seeing a broad circulation that's associated with that, some additional circulations here and there, but it's not as distinct a circulation as it was when that warning was initially issued. Taking a look then here out into the Arkansas area, we're talking into the areas east of Fort Smith and not too far south and west of Russellville. Tornado warning there for Logan, Pope, and Yell counties. This storm has had a history of producing golf ball size hail. You can see here at times that white and pink core there may have weakened just a little bit right now, but tornado warning just moving off at about 35 miles per hour toward the Russellville area. The tornado will be inside of this hook right about in there. You see here's the main body of the storm that is wrapping around. There's a storm out ahead of that. Sometimes that storm ahead of that will leave a little bit of rain-cooled boundary there, and sometimes if a storm like the next one on its flanks can tap that, you can get an enhanced tornado threat. So that is coming to areas like Chicala and the Dardanelle areas there, 450 up to 501 or so as it moves across this area. So dangerous storms there. This is really part of round 2. We have the upper air system, the main cold pocket that we've been tracking for so many days is pushing into this area of western Arkansas. There had been one piece earlier that has come out, and the east flanks of that are giving those storms in South Carolina. So, Jen, a busy and complicated day with many more storms yet to come.
Oh, well, that's exactly right, Dr. Forbes, and not too far from where you were tracking storms in Arkansas. A little further south in Louisiana, we've got our Mike Seidel in Ruston, Louisiana. It's in the northern part of the state. And, Mike, really, the story for you has been, all afternoon watching the sky to see if that cap is going to break, if those cumulus clouds are able to build.
Yeah, they haven't done that yet, but let's go to the radar first this time, and we'll show you what's going on to our west, lining up along the dry line in the front from Texarkana back towards now east of Tyler, north of Lufkin, Texas, along I-20. You can see those individual cells that are firing up, and they're moving east-northeast. So things are beginning to break cap-wise. A cap is just a warm layer of air above the surface, and those bubbles of warm air try to rise, and once they get to that area where it's warmer, they don't rise anymore. It needs to be colder, the old hot air balloon principle. So we're starting to see some action on the radar, but again, it's not a solid line. You could thread the needle and get that barbecue in there and maybe Shreveport. We'll see how it goes as they move east. We've got 2 watches out. One for Oklahoma City to Little Rock. We've had the issues, the tornado warnings now north and west of Little Rock, and also the watch down here for parts of Texas and this part of Louisiana. Both watches go until 8 o'clock tonight. And then really the good news about all of this is that this system is progressive. We're finally going to break the pattern in the southeast, the lower Mississippi Valley, cold air, drier air. In fact, tonight, Garden City, Dodge City under frost advisories in southwest Kansas. And this is going to swing on through tonight and tomorrow, push the rain east past Atlanta. Atlanta now has had 53 days of measurable rain so far this year. That's the most they've seen in a year to date, to mid-April, since 1891. So it's been very wet, and it's been cloudy and rainy on and off for the past 7 to 10 days in many of these communities, from the Carolinas all the way to Texas. So it's going to be nice to get a break from the rain, the clouds, and the threat for some severe weather. But Jen, overall tonight, the Torcon is 3. It's not exceptionally high. Don't rule out a tornado or 2, but again, the main threat is wind and hail. We'll keep you updated here from Ruston in north central Louisiana.
All right, Mike, just like you're watching the skies there, folks all across the South and the Ohio Valley have been watching their skies today. Let's show you some of the skies for you from Franklin, Kentucky. Holly Johnson shared this photo on Twitter, and wow, this certainly looks impressive out there. Now, Franklin is just north of the Tennessee border, south of Bowling Green, and we were tracking storms that moved through the Nashville area and north and east of town, did a little wind damage. I imagine this was the northern end of that line here as you see the underside of this thunderstorm cloud. Very turbulent atmosphere today across the area. We'll be right back with continuing coverage.
Mahindra's red tag savings on the Mahindra Max and E-Max are turning heads, like 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments till July 1st. With even more savings on power package bundles, plus our 5-year warranty. It all adds up to the world's #1 selling tractor, Mahindra.
The world's #1 selling tractor. Visit MahindraUSA.com.
You pay your auto insurance premium every month on the dot. You're like the poster child for paying on time. And then one day, you tap the bumper of a station wagon. No big deal until your insurance company jacks up your rates. You freak out. What good is having insurance if you get punished for using it? Hey, insurance companies, newsflash. Nobody's perfect.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I have a video I want you to watch, and no matter what, I need you to stay focused. Don't take your eyes off the screen.
It's hard to stay focused. Text message alerts from Chevy let you send a text response at the touch of a button so you can focus on driving.
This will make it a little easier to keep my eye on the road.
It's amazing.
Hey, what is this? What's going on?
Well,
where have you been? I was inside.
Yeah?
So long. There was nothing. No yard, no grill. It was just white and cold.
It was winter, buddy. Just winter.
Somebody get this man a burger!
Winter's over, and new and improved Kingsford charcoal is now better than ever.
It was right on top of us. And then it hit. And we took it to the edge. Didn't give up.
Habitat for Humanity of Palm Beach County is a nonprofit organization dedicated to bringing people together to build safe, decent, affordable housing to serve low-income and hard-working families in our community. You can help Habitat's mission through home sponsorship, monetary donations, volunteering, or by donating sellable household items and building supplies to our restores. You can learn more at habitatpbc.org.
Welcome to Strength and Performance from Cub Cadet, the proven innovator of award-winning zero-turn riders. Welcome to efficient zero-turn performance with the ease of steering wheel control and an advanced cutting system, delivering beautiful results every time. Welcome to Strongsville. Experience the strongest lineup of zero-turns in the business. Visit your local Cub Cadet dealer today, where you'll find exceptional financing for a limited time.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees, under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 74. Monday, heavy thunderstorms. High 87. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Monday night, thunderstorms early. Low 73. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And welcome back, everyone. Covering severe weather for you across the southeast and the plains. Numerous areas where we have a tornado threat or we have a severe thunderstorm threat. The best way that we can tell the story is to show it to you on the radar. So let's get to it and show you what's happening. There's our tornado watch. It includes Columbia, Charleston, Savannah, Jacksonville, Florida. That goes until 8 o'clock, so a couple more hours on that. And the one that expires later that goes until 11 o'clock tonight now includes portions of North Carolina near Raleigh and then back down through the low country here of South Carolina. So we're talking a lot of the beach areas here where maybe a lot of you are out there trying to have a good time this evening. It's not going to be the weather that's going to accommodate you. Look at all the lightning with these storms as well. So that's the other threat. In addition to tornadoes, in addition to straight line winds, in addition to some hail, we definitely have the lightning threat. I'll take you up into Columbia, into the capital here. We still have our severe thunderstorm warning here. Fairfield, Kershaw, and Richland counties under a severe thunderstorm warning until 6:30. Columbia. Looks like the worst of the storms are past us now, but Camden, they're right overhead. Sumter as well. So Clarendon, Richland, and Sumter counties under severe thunderstorm warning. Sumter, that storm is basically right on top of you. So strong winds will be gusting out with that. And next in line behind Sumter is Florence. Take you down toward Charleston. These storms have been producing some pretty serious winds. And that storm now coming through, say, Charleston County, Colleton, and Dorchester counties. That goes until 6:45 local time. And timing it out for you in Charleston, looks like the storm will be on your doorstep here about 6:20 this evening. Down through Florida, Fernandina Beach, and Jacksonville. Most of the storms are now east of you, but the storms have erupted around Orlando, Daytona Beach, and then Titusville, Orange County. Severe thunderstorm warning for you. Hail could be an issue. Then take you back now east of Birmingham, right along I-20 between Birmingham and Atlanta. Severe thunderstorm warning newly issued. St. Clair County, including the cities of Pell City and Riverside, are under the gun. Hail and high winds there, Jen. So a lot of action this evening all across multiple states.
There has been all day. It started early this morning. We were tracking severe weather. These pictures coming out of Leesburg, Alabama. Tornado Hunter 71 shared them on Twitter. So look at that big tree down on top of that home. And inside that home, there was a young girl inside when that tree came down. Now, first responders were able to free her. And amazingly, she only suffered bumps and bruises. But can you imagine what she thought when that tree came crashing through her roof? And you can see where it was inside there on that picture. So straight line winds, very damaging, almost as damaging as tornadoes, and sometimes more so, right, depending on the situation. I want to talk about straight line winds and what wind speeds cause what damage. So when wind speeds are 58 to 74 miles per hour, this is when you get the large limbs that break, shallow rooted trees can be pushed over. When wind speeds get greater than this, up to 90 miles per hour, this is when we see widespread tree damage, roof damage to homes. Weak structures may even sustain significant damage. And to differentiate straight line wind damage from tornado damage, you simply look at the direction the trees are lined up. If they're all pushed down in one direction, then it would be straight line wind damage. You know, straight line wind damage comes from thunderstorms, and we've had the kind of thunderstorms today that we've been seeing it come out of. You get a little bit of dry air aloft wrapped into a thunderstorm, that evaporates any water vapor in there and the rain as well. Then you get that cool rush of air that comes out of the thunderstorm, and that is what gives you your very strong straight line winds. We'll be right back.
Incredible. I've been Claritin Clear for 10 days.
When your allergy symptoms start, doctors recommend taking one Claritin every day of your allergy season for continuous relief.
With powerful 24-hour non-drowsy Claritin, live Claritin Clear. Every day.
We could tell you about the years of research and development. How we forged advanced high-strength steel to make the frame stronger yet lighter. The countless hours spent testing the suspension and tuning every sound from the engine to the trunk. But until you get behind the wheel, you have no idea. The completely redesigned Hyundai Sonata.
Hut. When it comes to losing weight, everyone has a number. And if you want to get your performance back and feel great, do what I did. One call and I lost it all. 22 pounds gone.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus Kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist or your
money back guaranteed.
Nutrisystem has everything you need to feel better, look better, and perform better at any age, faster than ever before.
I haven't felt this good in years. Thank you, Nutrisystem. I lost 8 pounds in the first week.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes and Craving Crusher shakes free. New food selections, new expert guides. Call now and lock in 2014 prices, and shipping is free.
Whether your number's 10 or 50, make the right call. Nutrisystem.
Call 855-789-THIN now and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
Control the weather. That's looking good. So we build things to harness it.
That's awesome.
They hit the water. Game on.
Up here in Southeast Alaska, the Coast Guard's the last line of defense.
This is about how far you can push yourself.
Continue to follow strong weather, including severe thunderstorms in South Carolina, where we do have a tornado watch that goes, 2 tornado watches, by the way. One that goes until 8, one that goes until 11 o'clock in a place like Charleston, South Carolina. There is an immediate threat just to your south and west. On the radar is a strong squall line here that's going to come through town. Charleston, Colleton, and Dorchester counties, by the way, all under severe thunderstorm warnings. That's until 6:45 local time. The closer view here and then the tracker shows that Charleston will be there by about 6:15 this evening. In a place like Mount Pleasant, about 6:21. Anticipate some very strong winds with these storms that could gust in excess of 60 miles an hour. The threat extends farther south, back down through Florida, right along I-95, and now out toward the beaches where we have the greatest threat, and even some storms down around Orlando, Kissimmee, over toward Titusville. So issues here. New, by the way, severe thunderstorm warning just issued. Brevard, Orange, and Volusia counties all under severe thunderstorm warnings. Some embedded hail could be probable in these storms as well. Merritt Island, Titusville, be heads up here. Those storms will be on your doorstep before you know it. 6:45 is the expiration on that severe thunderstorm warning. East now of Birmingham, Alabama. Severe thunderstorm warning here includes St. Clair County. Could be looking for some large hail and winds with that. It's right along I-20 and very near Talladega, by the way. And then up into the mid-state of Tennessee, east of Nashville, we had some really strong storms that rumbled through Music City. But now east of Nashville, a bit of a squall line there that may have some high winds. Smith, Trousdale, and Wilson counties are under severe thunderstorm warnings. And to the east of that, right in there, Clay and Jackson counties also under severe thunderstorm warning. That goes for about another 20 minutes or so. Back across the plains, we have all kinds of issues here and all kinds of warnings. Most pressing issue is around Russellville, Arkansas. We have a tornado warning right now, Logan, Pope, and Yell counties. There's the hail on it, by the way, so may have a little bit of rotation in there and may have some hail, and that large hail, by the way, with this. I'm going to pause this and then put on the estimator here and see what we're looking at. Potentially, we'll be looking at hail size that may be in excess of 3 inches or so. And then we'll see if we can put on some relative velocities and see if we can show you some opportunities for some swirls in there. There may be, boy, convoluted to say the least, but there may be some opportunities to see some rotation within this, maybe some rotation back in there, red and green right next to each other. Our tornado expert, Dr. Greg Flores, will be with us next to analyze this storm and several that are headed toward the Houston metro area when we return.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees, under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 74. Monday, heavy thunderstorms. High 87. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Monday night, thunderstorms early. Low 73. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And welcome to special severe storm coverage on Weather Center Live. I'm Jen Carfagno. Now, right now, the threat for hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes is very real. We want to make sure you have all the tools you need to stay safe. So we'll start with what's happening right now. We've got some 35 million people at risk for severe weather throughout the South, from Texas north to Missouri and Illinois, all the way through the Tennessee Valley into the Southeast and down into Florida. We are tracking storms today. Damaging winds and hail has been the main threat, but there has been a tornado risk, and we do still have a 4 on our Torcon in northeastern Florida, southeastern Georgia, parts of South Carolina too. Now, storms are really just starting to get going in Oklahoma and Arkansas and East Texas. This is where we have a 3 on our Torcon, down from Arkansas into northern Louisiana. 30% risk of tornadoes popping within storms here. All right, Mike. So Mike Bett is tracking storms for us today. For the most of the day, it's been the southeast, but now the southern plains are starting to get in on the action.
They are. We've got a low that spins out there that's really become the energy for everything.
The instigator.
Easy to tap the Gulf moisture from that area, so it's an area definitely that's ripe for severe weather for sure. We still have our tornado watches in the southeast that go through the remainder of the evening till 8 o'clock, Columbia, Charleston, down through Jacksonville. Although I think that the bigger threat is now pushing more toward the beaches here than anything else. And then through the Piedmont of North Carolina, back down through South Carolina, is basically this area right here. That's our other tornado watch. It goes until 11 o'clock this evening. Look at the large storm complex here. It's huge, multiple severe thunderstorm warnings, but a ton of hail with this, Jen. So we know we've got big towering thunderstorms. They're producing some hail, and then you get these just rapid downdrafts out of these that produce rapid wind and outflow. So you're talking at least 60+ mile-an-hour winds.
And that will cause some damage. So this is why, you know, whether you have a tornado warning or not, if you have a warning, you need to get into shelter and away from your windows to not watch these storms with your nose pressed to the glass.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's not, and knowing that we've had so much rain in the South this week, I'm really suspect that we're not going to have a lot of trees that come down and maybe take out some power lines.
I think that severe wind damage is underestimated by so many people as to the true amount of damage it can cause. So seek these warnings, heed these warnings, I should say, very closely.
For sure. We did have some tornado warnings around Columbia. Our tornado expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, with us this evening. Dr. Forbes, no longer those warnings, but you're still tracking that line that could really pack some punch.
Indeed, and as you say, it is knocking down trees and power lines in places. And so if you're coming around a bend, you can never tell if you're going to come to a place where a tree is falling on the road. So take it easy out there today because of all these falling trees. Here's the line that Mike and Jen were talking about. It is past Columbia, South Carolina now. It's coming right in toward Charleston, South Carolina, and all the way in between, we have severe thunderstorm warnings for all of those counties. So just tracking where this is going, it may be heading up into Rockingham there in North Carolina, toward Florence in South Carolina, toward Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach about 8:30, Florence about 7:03 as it heads east at about 35 to 40 miles per hour. Now, much different situation out in Arkansas, where we no longer have a tornado warning, but 3 storms in a row. Logan, Scott, Yell, and then quite a few additional storms. This is really the new action area for the round 2 of the severe weather today. There's 2 parts of the upper air system. That goes all the way with warnings over to Conway, Pope, and Yell County. So some of these are supercells. They could rotate again. For the moment, we've seen some hail up to tennis ball size with some of these. At the moment, we are not seeing that. You see the lavender pink core there that was there at the beginning of the hour has weakened as that storm's coming into Russellville. Probably still some 1-inch hail or larger with these storms. One other area I'm watching much different wind direction and storm direction. They're coming southeast. Maybe will weaken before they get to the Houston area, but we do have severe thunderstorm warnings up there to the northwest side of the Houston metro. And I was talking about these upper air systems. We do have this big cold upper low that is pushing its way toward this Arkansas, Texas area. The first piece of that came out this morning and has triggered all these severe thunderstorms that they're rolling off to South Carolina and parts of Florida. In behind, an area of sinking, all that red and orange in there is subsided air that you've heard Mike Seidel talking about a cap. That's where the sinking air is generated, that warm air loft. So, Mike, several areas of storms and a few spotty areas even in between. Tell us some more.
Yeah, so some real issues. So take you down to Florida, Dr. Forbes, because we've had some storms that have popped up around Orlando, so now Daytona Beach and Titusville. We are next in line to get hit by these storms, severe thunderstorm warnings as we speak. So that line extending from where Dr. Forbes was talking about back down through Florida, there's a look at that. A lot of the action, by the way, is off the coast here. It's not a good time for you to be on the boat. You definitely got to have it in dock o'clock this evening. There's our severe thunderstorm warning, Brevard, Orange, and Volusia counties. That's until 6:45. So a place like Titusville, yes, we're next to get hit. Maybe looking for some embedded hail in that storm, and the possibility of winds that could gust quite a bit here, over 60 miles an hour. Daytona Beach, out here on the beach, you've got to get inside ASAP. The storms are overhead right now. And then headed back into Alabama, the storms that came through Birmingham really held their strength for quite a while here. The severe thunderstorm warning that was just north of Talladega, right along I-20, has since expired, but that storm is still packing a punch. If you are driving along I-20 or know someone that's about to drive I-20, I'd say just give this a little bit of time before you head out to that storm, or through that storm. Nashville, we're in between storms. The heaviest stuff is now east of us, Clay and Jackson counties. 5:15 is how long your tornado warning goes until. And then now we take you just outside of Poplar Bluff and Jonesboro. This will be north of Memphis, by the way. Dunklin Lake and Pemiscot counties all under severe thunderstorm warnings right now. This is rolling from extreme southeast Missouri into western Tennessee. So Caruthersville, Kennett, and Tiptonville, severe thunderstorm warnings for you. That's until 5:30 this evening. Again, look at the bigger picture, and things just now getting started for us here across the plains. Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Texas getting hit, but next in line is Louisiana, so heads up. Jen?
Mike, we can show folks what it looks like with those storms in Arkansas. You guys have been sending in pictures. Keep them coming. Twitter and Facebook, always a great way to share. This is from Witcherville, Arkansas, which is about 15 miles south of Fort Smith. It was taken this afternoon. You can see a lot here. First of all, you saw the hail in the beginning. Right there, you can see the hail on the roads. And I did see a report yesterday of cars sliding off a road in Nebraska on a hail-covered roadway. So it is slippery. Be wary of that. But also, you can see that likely some strong winds in the area, kicking up some dust and debris in that field. All right, stay with us. It's kicking up the hail? Oh, yeah, hail fog.
I take these out to put in Dr. Scholl's Active Series insoles. They help reduce wear and tear on my legs because they have triple zone protection and reduce shock by 40%. So I feel like I'm ready to take on anything.
If you're taking multiple medications, does your mouth often feel dry? A dry mouth can be a side effect of many medications, but it can also lead to tooth decay and bad breath. That's why there's Biotene. Available as an oral rinse, toothpaste, spray, or gel, Biotene can provide soothing relief, and it helps keep your mouth healthy too. Remember, while your medication is doing you good, a dry mouth isn't. Biotene, for people who suffer from a dry mouth.
Doug, we have the results. But first, we have a very special guest. Come on out, Flo! You have anything to say to Flo?
Nah, just let the results do the talking.
Well, he could do that. We show our Progressive Direct rate and the rates of our competitors, even if Progressive isn't the lowest.
It looks like Progressive is not the lowest. When we return, we'll find out whether Doug is the father. Wait, what?
I recommend Nature Made vitamins because I trust their quality. They were the first to have a vitamin verified by USP, an independent organization that sets strict quality and purity standards.
Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended letter vitamin brand. Imagine if razors could move up and down and all around. Behold, new Venus Swirl, the only razor with 5 contour blades and a flexi ball to contour to your tricky places, bends and all. New Venus Swirl.
Most homes have air leaks and drafts that waste as much energy as leaving a window open in your home all year long. Call Champion Windows at 844-4CHAMPION. When you buy 2 rooms of windows, you'll get the 3rd room free. Call today because every home needs a champion.
It's not, Kevin. Spring? Well, flowers are for girls. Come on. Check on the flowers. Thought flowers were for girls. Yeah, they are.
Take on the joys of spring with low prices you can trust every day at Walmart.
I'm here to test myself.
This is really pushing my limits.
I'll see you on the other side.
It's the moment of truth right here.
Naked and Afraid, Discovery's groundbreaking hit, returns tonight at 10. The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
and it just hit us,
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees, under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 74. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Monday, heavy thunderstorms. High 87. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Monday night, thunderstorms early. Low 73. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Everything has been building towards this moment. Who will melt under the pressure? 16 teams, 1 champion. The Stanley Cup Playoffs on the networks of NBC Universal.
We've been tracking storms across the South, severe weather in the Carolinas and Georgia, Florida, but also storms have started firing in the past couple of hours in Oklahoma, in Texas, in Arkansas, and starting to move into Louisiana. So meteorologist Mike Seidel is there. He's in Ruston, Louisiana. Let's check in with him to see what's happening in the sky, Mike, as these storms start to pop in the western part of the state.
Hey, Jen, we're about an hour off to the east of Shreveport on Interstate 20 here in Ruston, and we're going to take a look to the west. You're not going to see anything right now here except cumulus clouds. A little bit more development than we had earlier. The cap is certainly breaking back in the Arklatex, back in northeast Texas. We can show you that on the radar. Look at these individual cells that are now popping on the radar south and west of the Shreveport area, moving east of Tyler, north of Lufkin. There's along that front where the moisture changes, the wind shift, those are firing now with a lift, breaking the cap. That's what you usually need, is something to lift this atmosphere that has been held down because of the warm air above the surface. So these individual cells are moving east-northeast. They're warned for potentially large hail and potentially some wind damage. There are no tornado warnings right now, but that's not out of the question. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center just sent out a mesoscale update saying they may upgrade a part of the severe thunderstorm watch, which covers us here in Ruston and back towards Shreveport. They may upgrade part of that to a tornado watch. We'll see if they do that. Nonetheless, even if that doesn't happen, there is that potential for a tornado or two this evening. The Torcon right now is 3 on a scale of 10 from Dr. Greg Forbes. Not exceptionally high, but again, it only takes 1. So Jen, we'll keep our post here in Ruston and keep an eye to the west and south as those cells approach us in the next couple of hours. If you've got an evening barbecue, plans outdoors, stay with your phone, your radar. The Weather Channel will keep you safe. And if you're lucky enough, maybe those storms will bypass you to the north and to the south. Jen?
Yeah, Mike, and you were talking about the cap throughout the day, about breaking the cap in the atmosphere as to why storms are going to fire there. So let's talk about the cap. I'll show you what it is. It's basically a warm layer of air that occurs several thousand feet up in the atmosphere. And this warm layer of air matters because it stops storm clouds from growing at first until something can break through it. So air is going to rise and storm clouds will rise as long as it is warmer than the air around it. If you get all this warm air aloft, of course, it's like hitting a cap and the air would stop rising. Well, when you got a hot day like Mike had today, it was very hot out there. You got a lot of up and down movement of the air beneath the cap, that the atmosphere will really heat up. If something comes in to help break that cap, like a front, like a dry line, like some upper air, an upper level disturbance, then the cap will break and you'll see those storms erupt. And it often happens very quickly, and that's what we've been watching across portions of eastern Texas already this afternoon. Mike Bett is standing by with where the storms are most active right now, Mike.
Well, we've got 2 areas that we're focused on, the southeast and then the southern plains. So let's get right to it and show you what's happening. Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings out there. Very large line here from North Carolina back down through Florida and through South Carolina. Rough and tumble weather here. A lot of straight line wind damage possible. Kershaw, Lancaster, and Lee counties all under severe thunderstorm warning. Sumter, it's right over top of us. And next in line as these storms race to the northeast is Florence. So anticipate wind gusts that could be more than 60 miles per hour. Clarendon, Lee, those counties also under severe thunderstorm warnings. Charleston, by the way, storms are almost almost right on top of us. So Charleston and Dorchester counties also under severe thunderstorm warnings. Winds will be a big threat for these storms and producing a lot of rain that goes along with it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a little bit of a low-lying flooding. As far as Charleston goes, 6:20 is the timing on our tracker here. Mount Pleasant, about 6:28 when the storm is overhead. Look at that line that extends all the way back down through Florida, including outside of Orlando, down toward Daytona Beach and Titusville, Brevard, Orange, and Volusia counties under severe thunderstorm warnings, watching for a little bit of hail, but more likely wind as these storms begin to gust out now. And then storm right over top of Daytona Beach right now. The lightning is a real threat off the beach and inside this evening. Back then into Alabama, Scottsboro, this is now east of Huntsville, and High Top are under severe thunderstorm warnings. Jackson, that's the county right here where Scottsboro is. That is where we have our severe thunderstorm warning. Timing that out, by the way, want to know that Chattanooga, you'll be under the gun within the hour. About 7 o'clock is when that storm could come toward you. Up through Tennessee, Clay and Jackson counties, well east of Nashville, under a severe thunderstorm warning. And then a thunderstorm warning outside of Poplar Bluff, Dunklin Lake, and Pemiscot counties under severe thunderstorm warnings. But look at the warnings now from Oklahoma through Arkansas and back through Texas. Eventually that line gets into Houston. We'll talk more about that with severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes.
Your heart is precious. One of many ways to support its health is new True Heart from One A Day. It's the only heart health supplement with ingredients to both help lower bad cholesterol and support healthy blood pressure, and also includes CoQ10. Try new True Heart.
So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. Ach, verdammt! I said it 3 times and it's still not true.
Performance is now an American thing. Introducing the all-new Chrysler 200. America's import. Find it at Chrysler.com.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier Tire, even as it wears down over time, its safety doesn't, thanks to Evergrip technology. The Michelin Premier Tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
You show up, you stay up. You listen, you laugh, you worry. You do whatever it takes to take care of your family. And when it's time to plan for your family's future, we're here for you. We're LegalZoom, and for over 10 years, we've helped families just like yours with wills and living trusts. So when you're ready, start with us. Doing the right thing has never been easier. LegalZoom. Legal help is here.
Hey! What is this? What's going on?
Well, where have you been?
I was inside.
Yeah?
So long. There was nothing. No yard, no grill. It was just white and cold.
It was winter, buddy. Just winter.
Somebody get this man a burger! Winter's over, and new and improved Kingsford charcoal is now better than ever.
We are still in the eye, and we're still trying to get in a safe place.
She is in labor right now.
We know more about this system hour by hour.
This is our Pineapple Express pumping in that rainfall.
We are talking about a doozy of a storm.
Want a seat in every stadium in the league? MLB Extra Innings and Xfinity from Comcast put you in the front row for your favorite team wherever you live. With up to 80 out-of-market games a week, you can watch the games you want to watch all season long. Plus, with the X1 Sports app, you can get live scores in real time and easily switch between close games. Order MLB Extra Innings right now for just 4 easy payments of $49.75 each. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com/sports today.
You used to sleep like a champ. Then boom, what happened? Stress, fun, bad habits, kids. Now what? Let's build a new, smarter bed using the dual air chambers to sense your movement, heartbeat, breathing. Introducing the Sleep Number bed with Sleep IQ technology. It tracks your sleep and tells you how to adjust for a good, better, and an awesome night. The difference? Try adjusting up or down. You'll know because Sleep IQ tells you. Only at a Sleep Number store where you'll find the best buy-rated mattress with Sleep IQ technology. No better sleep with Sleep Number.
The Weather Channel's most...
And it just hit us.
...is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Currently in our area, 86 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 74. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Monday, heavy thunderstorms. High 87. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Monday night, thunderstorms early. Low 73. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And the pictures are really starting to come in of the storms that we've been tracking for you this afternoon. This is from Smiths Grove, or near Smiths Grove, Kentucky. This one taken by Jeremy Byrne. This is right on I-65, just north of Smiths Grove. And you can see the storm clouds overhead. You can also see some brightening behind it as that storm was blowing past. These storms are moving fast very quickly to the east. Now let's go to Lexington, South Carolina. Chris Jackson shared these pictures. He's a local firefighter, and so first of all, you can see some debris across the roadway here. Very strong winds with the storms as they blew through Lexington, South Carolina. This is not too far from Columbia, and of course were severe thunderstorm warnings as these storms blew on through. You're looking at the very dark sky in all of these pictures. It's hard to see anything other than the rain-filled clouds out there, but certainly there's going to be some damage. I think that the folks are going to have to be cleaning up. You saw that debris on the roadways. All right, a lot of thunderstorms ongoing right now. Let's go over to Mike Bettis for more on what's happening.
Jen, thank you. If you look across the Central Plains right now, we're getting a hard-charging cold front this afternoon. They're right now across Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, back down through Texas. 24 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. The primary threats at this point are high winds and hail. These storms in Arkansas have really put down some big hail, by the way. This one storm here near Russellville, potentially we had some hail here approaching about 3 inches in diameter. We once had a tornado warning on this. That no longer exists, but you've got to be inside until this storm passes. Conway, Pope, and Yell counties are under severe thunderstorm warnings, and that does include a town like Dardanelle. This is right along I-40, and this will be just to the west of Conway. I wouldn't be surprised if Conway gets hit by this, or it slides just to the north of Conway, and we are all too familiar with the severe weather in Conway. Around Hot Springs, Arkansas, in Garland County, severe thunderstorm warning for us. That's until half past the hour. And then another storm there for Garland, Hot Spring, and Saline counties, and that goes until 6 o'clock, and that may be that bottom end of that storm, the one that comes in toward Little Rock. So giving you a heads up on what might be headed your way, especially as the south side of Little Rock. Arkadelphia toward Wheeling Springs here. Clark County, severe thunderstorm warning for you. Again, large hail. The big threat, we put the hail tracker on here. Multiple hail tracks around Russellville, Glenwood to Hot Springs, and then Wheeling Springs as well. We could be looking for potential golf ball size hail with some of these storms now as they push off to the east-northeast. Back around Fort Smith and Fayetteville, numerous severe thunderstorm warnings here. The northern one here just south of Fayetteville, Adair and Washington counties, severe thunderstorm warning until 5:45. The one coming toward Fort Smith, by the way, is a Sequoia County. So Rollin and Vian, that goes until 5:45 for you. Headed farther south of that, south of McAllister, a hailer, Pushmataha counties, including Clayton, severe thunderstorm warning for you. And then Texas, my goodness, look at the storms that line up here along this front. Truly from about Shreveport all the way back through Huntsville, past College Station, and north and west of Houston. Here they come. Hail and wind, a big threat with this. As that front pushes closer and closer to Houston, the threat increases for you. Ripe atmosphere to tap these thunderstorms, by the way, Jen. We're talking temperatures in Houston mid-80s and dew points in the mid-60s, so it is juicy there this afternoon.
I think we're just lucky these storms are moving along, though, in Houston, right? We've had too much rainfall. Some spots in southeastern Texas have had more than 12 inches of rain over the past week. So let's take a look at what you need to worry about if you run into into too much water covering roadways. 6 inches of water can knock someone off their feet and then pick you up and carry you along. 2 feet of water, flowing water, can float a vehicle. And also, you know, water, the power of water never ceases to amaze me and you. I'm sure it can get into your home. Water flowing at just 4 miles per hour has enough force to damage or destroy a home. Now, where the storms are moving along, we're not likely to see a lot of flood threat. But if you get storms that start training, or if you get storms that really dump over portions of the southeast, where right now rivers and streams and creeks are running very high due to the heavy rain you had earlier today, we might get into a flash flood risk. So keep in mind that water has such force. You need to certainly seek those warnings if they're issued. We'll be right back with continued coverage.
I'm here to test myself.
This is really pushing my limits.
I'll see you on the other side. It's the moment of truth right here.
Naked and Afraid, Discovery's groundbreaking hit, returns tonight at 10.
This little guy is about to make his first deposit.
We'd like to open up a savings account for him.
Yes.
Great.
Thanks to Mom and Dad and their safe driving bonus check from Allstate.
Oh, look at this. Safe driving bonus. Are you a safe driver?
Lucky little fella.
Only Allstate gives you 2 safe driving bonus checks a year for driving safe. See how much more an Allstate agent can do for you. Call 877-644-3100.
Like in most families, Dad's always the last to know. That's why accident forgiveness was the first thing he asked for when he switched to Allstate.
Michael James?
Middle name. Not good.
Get accident forgiveness from Allstate and keep your rates from going up just because of an accident. Find out how a local Allstate agent can help better protect your family. Call one right now. Plus, drivers who switched saved an average of $498 a year.
Just a few more ways the good hands are doing more than ever before.
See what the personal service of an Allstate agent can do for you. Call 877-644-3100.
Some things are not what they appear to be. Other things are exactly what they appear to be. The 306 horsepower Lexus IS 350, as aggressive as it looks.
The open road. It takes on many forms. From the scenic highways to the rugged trails. From the sand-covered to the well-traveled. They lead us to the beauty of nature and the beauty of simple pleasures. The open road is alive and well and waiting to take us to Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
Hut, hut. When it comes to losing weight, everyone has a number. And if you want to get your performance back and feel great, do what I did. One call and I lost it all. 22 pounds gone.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus Kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist, or your money back, guaranteed.
Nutrisystem has everything you need to feel better, look better, and perform better at any age, faster than ever before.
I haven't felt this good in years. Thank you, Nutrisystem. I lost 8 pounds in the first week.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes and Craving Crusher shakes, free. New food selections, new expert guides. Call now and lock in 2014 prices, and shipping is free.
Whether your number's 10 or 50, make the right call. Nutrisystem.
Call 855-789-FIN now and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
Everything has been building towards this moment. Who will melt under the pressure? 16 teams, 1 champion. The Stanley Cup Playoffs on the networks of NBC Universal.
Currently in our area, 86 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 74. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Monday, heavy thunderstorms. High 87. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Monday night, thunderstorms early. Low 73. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
And it just hit us.
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
You're watching special severe storm coverage on Weather Center Live. I'm Jen Carfagno. It has and continues to be a very active weekend, to say the least. So we're here to make sure that you and your family stay safe, know exactly what's coming your way as you go through the evening. We'll start with the outlook. A very large area in the red zone for severe weather from eastern Texas through Louisiana up into Arkansas. We are watching for storms continuing to go there into Tennessee, down into Georgia, into Florida. All places where thunderstorms could continue to fire south and North Carolina. We've been dealing with it over the past couple of hours. Mainly hail and wind damage, but we do have a tornado threat, and that is in southeastern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, northern Mississippi. The Torcon here is a 4. 40% risk of tornadoes forming within a 50-mile radius of these points. All right, Mike Bettis standing by, tracking a lot of the active weather. South Carolina, Columbia and points to their west, to their east, have been dealing with these storms for the past hours.
Really rough day for South Carolina. They've got hit really hard. Big squall line here. At times we had a couple of tornado warnings. Columbia got hit hard. Hilton Head got hit. All the big cities in South Carolina get hard. Even the upstate of South Carolina, we kind of brushed them off earlier because everything was popping so heavily to the south. We still have the tornado watch, by the way. A lot of it's been trimmed away to the south, way down here, Jacksonville to Savannah. That's been canceled, but we still have the watch that goes until 11 o'clock. It's basically this area right here. Raleigh, we're just on the fringe of that, and then around Myrtle Beach, we'll be within that. So you take a look at what's happening here. Again, large thunderstorm complex, and we've had some very heavy rain embedded with this, and we get some issues in Charlotte tonight. Yeah, so flash flood warnings, these are new that just came out. And Mike, we were just talking about the power of water and then this is issued. Where you get the storms that train, you're going to get a lot of rain, and the ground is saturated. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to get at least an inch of rain out of some of these storms, if not more. But the back edge is, not that far away. It's back here around Chester, but Mecklenburg County is still under that flash flood warning. Rock Hill as well. A lot of these areas across the south have had a ton of rain over the past week, and so this is the last thing we need is more storms like this. We'll take you back, though, over into Alabama.